Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel Nath online classes. Today once again I am Vidyasagar is present in front of class 10 to discuss subject chemistry, in which I am going to discuss carbon and its compound. And in this chapter I am going to explain about hydrocarbons, in which I have discussed about saturated hydrocarbon in previous class. Today I am going to explain about the unsaturated hydrocarbons. So please like the channel, share and subscribe it. Look, there are two types of hydrocarbons, saturated and unsaturated. Saturated hydrocarbon are those hydrocarbons which compound is formed by the single bonds. As for example, I have looked as alkane in earlier classes, and today I am going to explain about the unsaturated carbons. That means the organic compounds having more than one double or triple bonds. So these types of compound is called as unsaturated hydrocarbons. In these types of organic compounds, we today going to discuss about compounds having double bond between carbon atoms and triple bond between carbon atoms. So look at unsaturated hydrocarbons. What is it? Unsaturated means the hydrocarbons which contains one or more double bonds or triple bonds between carbon atoms. That compounds which has more than one double bond or more than one triple bond between carbon atoms. Such types of compound are called as unsaturated because the carbon atoms does not use full combining capacity by single bond. By forming single bonds, it does not use full combining capacity. Means by forming single bonds, the stability doesn't gain. So carbon atoms try to gain his stability. That's why it has to form double bonds between its atom. So the compounds become unsaturated. And in these types of compound, carbon atoms is bounded with less than 4 atoms directly. In saturated hydrocarbons, what happens? We have looked that carbon atoms can combine with 4 elements or 4 atoms, either it carbons or other atoms, hydrogen or others. But in unsaturated hydrocarbon, carbon does not combine with 4 atoms, it has to combine with less than 3 atoms. So these are the differences, main differences between unsaturated hydrocarbons and saturated hydrocarbons. This is very versatile properties of the carbon to form unsaturated compounds. Second is compound containing double bond between carbon-carbon atoms. I am going to discuss. As I have told you, there are two types of unsaturated hydrocarbons. One, the compounds having double bond, and another, second, the compounds having triple bonds. So first of all, I am going to discuss here the compounds having double bonds. Such types of compound contains 2 hydrogen atoms less than alkane. In alkane, how many hydrogen atoms are there for one carbon atoms? For one carbon atoms, there should be 4 hydrogen atoms. But here, one carbon atoms can combine with only 2 hydrogen atoms, that is less than 2 hydrogens. Okay, so the general formula of this group is CnH2n, because I have to reduce -2 then alkane. So we get the general formula CnH2n. H, you can see here the alkane. For alkane, general formula is CnH2n plus 2, but when we minus it, when 2 minus, then we get CnH2n only, and its name is alkene. Its name is alkene. The name of the member of the alkene is written by the replacing n suffix from alkane and add by adding in suffix to alkane. Here I have written its name is written by replacing suffix n by in. We have to add in and replace n from which? From alkane of corresponding alkanes. Okay, alkane minus n plus in is equal to alkene. Once again I am going to repeat this concept. We have to write the name of these compounds which is formed by CnH2n. So we have to write its name. For writing its name, we have to remove n suffix from alkane, and what we have to add to it? We have to add in suffix. So now I hope you have understood. So in this way we have to write its name. So first member of this group is alkane. Let us come to C. Now let us look the another types of unsaturated hydrocarbon, which is called as triple bonded compound. Here the example of triple bonded compound is alkene. How the formation of alkene takes place? When we remove four hydrogens between carbon atoms, then we get compounds that is called as alkene. Look at here with the help of example. The general formula of alkene is CnH2n minus 2, compound containing carbon atoms, triple bonded alkene. And I have written here some of the examples, which is here alkane minus n plus ine, alkane minus n minus plus ine, then we get alkene. Alkyne, the general formula of alkyne is CnH2n minus 2. Understood? Once again, triple bonded carbon atoms. Perhaps I have explained about alkene all the things, and this is the decane. From decane we obtained decene. So these are the examples of alkene group. Now we have to look the triple bonded compounds, that is the unsaturated carbon atoms that contains triple bond between carbon atoms. So first member of this group is ethine. First member of this group is ethine. Why? Because when we take n is equal to 1 and put in this formula, then we obtain C is equal to 1, H is equal to 2 into 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. So number of H atom becomes 0. Then tell me how the formation of compound takes place without hydrogen. Only carbon cannot form any compounds of hydrocarbons. That's why these groups not exist. The member for n is equal to 1 in alkyne does not exist. Now let us take the n is equal to 2. When n is equal to 2, then C is equal to 2 and H is equal to 2 minus 2 into 2 minus 2 is equal to 2. So C is equal to 2, H is equal to 2. This is the first member of alkyne group. Understood? Anybody can ask to you what is the first member, name the first member of alkyne. You have to write its name as ethane minus n suffix minus replace suffix n by ine from alkane. So we have to replace n suffix from ethane and add ine, yne, and the name written in this way is called ethyne. So C2H2 is called ethyne. Its structural formula is written in this manner. Here 2 number of carbon atoms containing how many bonds? 6 hydrogen atoms. 2 numbers of carbon atoms containing 6 number of hydrogen atoms. From it we have to replace 4 hydrogen atoms to get triple bonds, and the remaining hydrogen atoms is 2. So C2 and H2 is formed in this way. This is called as ethyne. Look at the another example of alkyne group. Now look at here the example of another compounds that have n is equal to 3. So C is equal to 3, H is equal to 3 into 2 minus 2 is equal to 4. So the compound is formed C3H4. Its name is propane because it forms from propane. This is propane and this is propine. Okay. Now in the same way, the last compound up to in your syllabus is C10H22. There are so many compounds, but mainly up to 10 number of carbons we have to mention. So the last compounds of alkyne group is C10H22. Now we have to replace 4 hydrogen atoms. Then we get decyne. The structural formula of decyne is in this way. From here we replace, from any places you can replace hydrogen, but in this structural formula we replace hydrogen from these 2 carbon atoms here, from here and here. Its name is written by some definite rule that will be taught in UPAC IUPAC system of nomenclatures, or the methods by using some definite rule. Its name is given that would be known by you further. Here you only have to remember the name of this compound is decyne. So this is decane, this is decyne. One thing you have to remember, by replacing the hydrogen atoms we get different types of compounds. That different types of compounds having same molecular formula but different structural formula is known as isomers of the given compound. For example, if we replace this triple bond any places in this structure, so we get different types of isomers. As I have given you to write all the isomers by replacing the bond from one position to other for alkane and alkyne also. So this is called as that will be called as isomers and the phenomenon shown to have isomers is called as isomerism. So these are the things I have discussed. Once again I want to repeat what I have discussed in this video. In this video we mainly discuss the type of unsaturated carbon atoms, in which I have discussed the unsaturated carbon atoms that contains double bonds and triple bonds. In double bonds, compounds mainly form is the member of alkene, and in triple bond the compounds mainly form is the member of alkyne. The general formula of alkene is CnH2n minus 2H2n, and the general formula of alkyne is CnH2n minus 2. The first group of alkene is ethene, and the first group member of alkyne is ethyne, and the related structural formula of this compound I have discussed. Now today I am going to stop my video just now. In the next video I shall meet again. Till that I want to say goodbye. Thank you. See you.